So guys, this is our Arduino UNO. We are demonstrating how to use the switch statements. So guys, you can see here is that we just initialize the serial monitor because we are going to use it. We enter ready. Once we start the code, then we please enter a number from 1 to 8. If we enter number 1, then it shows 1, ONE1 in English. For 2, it will be 2, and up to 8, it will be like, for 8, it will be EIGHT 8. And then if nothing is entered, it will go to this default state and will ask, please enter a number. So let me demonstrate this to you. So the code is working. I enter 1, it shows 1, and then it says to the default state, please enter a number. For 6, it says 6, and then it goes to the default state, please enter a number. So hello guys, welcome to learning microcontrollers. In this video, I will be showing you a coding technique that we use in Arduino or in any C++ language is to use a switch statement. It's also called switch case statement. It's a very simple statement, like it is a mode of programming where you use switch cases. Like I want 10 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and against every number I want a different task. If 1 is pressed, it should do this. If 2 is pressed, it should do this. 3 is pressed, it should do this. One way is that I use if else, and else. That's one way of doing it, but that's a big lengthy. To make it optimized, like you have limited memory space and other stuff, then you go with a switch statement. That is way more optimized and easy to use as compared to the if else. So let's do this in this lecture. So for this, you will only need an Arduino UNO. We will learn by doing. So what we will be doing here, I will program this Arduino in such a way that whenever I will enter 1 on the serial monitor, it will print on the serial monitor as a response 1, ONE1, and for 2 it will be TWO2, 3 for 3 it will be 3 4 5 6 7 8. Else if nothing is entered out of these digits, it will display please enter a number. So that's what we will be doing here. So let me show you the hardware, then we proceed to the programming. So this over here is our hardware, just an Arduino UNO connected to the computer. Let's open the Arduino IDE. This is our Arduino IDE. Click on file, click on new sketch. Okay, there we go the new sketch. Let me zoom in. So there is the sketch. So we start writing the code. Okay, just remove the comments. First of all, as I told you, we will be using the serial monitor. So we initialize the serial monitor, use this command serial.begin, and the baud rate is 9600. This command initializes the serial monitor. Now guys, the next thing is, as I told you, we will be entering the number from our keyboard, like we will be entering it on the serial monitor. Let me show you. So this is the serial monitor here. I will be entering number here. I press 1 and then I click on enter. It will go to the Arduino, and against that 1, it will display 1 as a response. So that's how we are going to use the switch statement. So it is just a demonstration. You will have multiple applications where you will need this technique. So learn the technique. Okay. Now the next thing is we have to read these numbers. Now if I enter 1 here, I enter 1, and where it went nowhere because we have not written the code against it. So we have to read 1. Now to read 1, you usually use a serial read command, but I don't recommend you go with a serial read command. So let's first of all check if serial. Now this is a command which makes sure that if your receive buffer have a data, only then it will read the data. Serial available, this command. If serial is available is greater than 0, like something is entered, only then you consider that something is read. Now inside it we will write our code. You can see, let me explain this command to you. This is the command which makes sure that your receive buffer gets some data, only then it will consider the reading operations, because sometimes there is a noise or there is something distorted data that will cause an extra line to be printed. Like there will be a blank line, keep on printing if no data is entered. To make sure that we don't go into that, you have to write this command in the same way. Okay, there we made a mistake. There comes a bracket here. So that's how it's gonna work. We need an ending bracket from there to there, there to there. Okay, now this is a command. Now we read the data. Now we can initialize any integer. I take integer number or call it num. It will read we will store the read data in it. Now here you have an option. You can either go with this command serial.read. But the problem with the read command is that it only reads a one character. It will be 1 byte, while we want a digit. So I want a lot of digits. Like if I want to go 200, 300 digits, then this will not work. So for this the other command which I will recommend you use is parseInt, serial.parseInt. Now the great thing about using this command is that it only read number from the serial monitor, only an integer. See, it will parse the integer. You don't have to do any other processing on this. It will directly get the integer because we are entering the integers. Or I write it reads integers from serial monitor. Okay, terminal or monitor, whatever you call it. Okay, this is the command. Now we are getting the data. Now number is storing the digits. Now we will use a switch on this number. Now to use a switch statement, you have this syntax. You write switch. That's how you write it. Then inside it, you will write whatever is your value. My value is number. That is coming from the user. Switch number, and after that your parenthesis starts. Then you write case, first case 1. Then use these, not the semicolon, this double colon. Okay, now this will be your case 1. Now there you will write the command. I want if the case 1 serial, if case 1 is reached, I write serial.print ln what it should print. As I told you, it will print 1. That's it. And after that, break. It will go out of the loop. That's how switch case statements work. And once you are done with all the cases, then you just have to write default. Default will be the last. Like in case of if else, it's else, final else. Here it will be the default. This you write default serial.println whatever the value you want. And here we want what to be written. We just want it to write please enter a number. So again, like enter another number, or you can call it anything you want. Okay, now this is the first case. Just copy paste this for other cases. This will be the case 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is the syntax. You can just play with it. This one and the default. I make it 2 and call it print 2, TWO2. Now case 3, I call it print 3. And if it's case 4, just print 4. If it's case 5, print 5. If it's case 6, print 6. If it's case 7, print 7. If it's case 8, print 8. And then that's all. So we just have, you can add 9 as well, whatever you prefer. Else, if there is no case, none of this digit is entered, then it will just keep on printing, please enter a number. So that's all. So we just first verify this code, that if there is any error. Okay, no error. We upload the code. Wait, uploading. Okay, done uploading. Now we go back to the serial monitor. Open the serial monitor. Okay, we also add a command here. Like once the code start, it will ask, it will say ready, and then it prints please enter a number from 1 to 8. Okay, that's all. Now we upload this code. Okay, save as well. Just click on save, whatever name you prefer. And now upload the code. Wait. Okay, done uploading. Open the serial monitor. Okay, ready. Please enter a number from 1 to 8. I enter 1. Now see, it prints 1 against it, because now once I entered 1, it printed 1, and then it break the code, and code went out of this loop and it started to repeat again. It came back, and again now it is checking. If none is achieved, then it goes here. See, I entered 1 only once, but it also printed please enter a number, because this case was initiated like in case of if else, and then after that it checked none other case is initiated in that single sequence. So it just printed the default in the next one, and it will keep on printing the default. Now it is just printing the defaults again and again and again and again. So that's what it's all about. Now if I enter 2, oh sorry, not TWO2, it should be this 2. See, it says 2, 3, it says 3, 4, it says 4, 5, it says 5, 6, it says 6, 7, it says 7, 8, it says 8. So that's how it's gonna work. So guys, I hope you guys learned something from this video lecture. If you have any questions, please do ask. We'll see you in the next lecture. So goodbye until then.